So team, want to do quick Q&A for our JPACT 11th batch. We had our orientation session and then we went through, what schedule we need to put forward. So based on which, just want to make sure everyone is comfortable, we're on the same page. So please, if there are any questions, be it from access on the website all the way to challenges in learning, whatever you're facing, let's kind of go through them. So I have a few hands raised, team. Let me start with. Hi, Jyoti, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, go ahead, please.
So I'm new to the JPAC program. I know you shared that skill set and all that files. So
Hmm.
will I be using my personal drive to save those and share with you, or you have a.
That's correct. So no, you will create a folder like this,
Okay, my
and you can,
on my
yeah,
personal email.
correct, and just say JPACT and whatever name, and then
Okay.
share it with me on kk@varkasa.com. Let me put
Okay.
that in the chat, or even Karthik, kk@varkasa.com will get it. Let me do it. Let's put it into my personal karthikosireddy@gmail.com. That's fine too. And so when I do reviews, I will open up those documents and we'll go through
Okay.
them.
And then is there any couple of days when are you expecting these files to be ready?
And okay, so members take their own time. So when you're ready, you can ping me on Skype.
Oh, okay.
And so the first thing that is important that we could do is one-on-one counseling to understand
Okay.
what it is, what is expectations, and so on. So
Okay.
with that, at least we will put that in terms of what your basic one, the first meeting.
Okay.
Then we can get into, you can continue to do the other things as well.
Okay. I think I'm not with the Skype. I mean, sorry, I'm from my side also because I didn't
No
look at all
problem.
the emails. So, I need to be added to the Skype emails and Skype and all
Skype
that.
group. Skype group, because just because see all of us have a communication there. So whatever we're doing, be it the JPACT members or the Selenium live training, iTeLearn technical support, iTeLearn new membership. So everyone from the team are here. So it's easy
Uh,
for us to interact.
okay.
So not only,
So when I log into my Skype, okay, I mean, okay, maybe you know what? Maybe I'll touch base with
so
one of the team and then
sure, you can
I'll
discuss
get
with
all the
Chandana
email.
and Pavan also. And
Okay,
basically, once you ping one of us,
okay,
uh,
okay,
then depending if you're JPACT or iTeLearn member, they can add you into the groups.
okay, okay, got it. Okay,
Okay. And please note, not all project groups I will recommend the new members to join, because the projects will be in halfway the way, and it'll be going at a very different pace. So it
okay,
can be, it's you're welcome to join as an observer only.
okay,
But once you
okay,
start asking questions, no one has time to answer them. But as
okay,
you're building your experience little bit, learning few things, and patiently get into the projects, there's a lot you can do. At that
okay,
time, you'll have plenty of questions too.
okay, makes sense.
So on the projects, what I was talking about. Sure, great, thank you. Anything else? Let me know, Jyoti. I'm putting you back on mute.
Okay,
Uh, BV, sorry, I just have your name as BV. Is it Bhargavi? Is it?
Yes, Karthik. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hi, hi Karthik.
Hello.
So I see you are doing projects at every phase of training. What I mean by phase is like you have
Uh,
mentioned in points like initially training and learning and then training.
right.
Okay. So my question is, we'll be doing projects simultaneously along with learnings, and
Correct.
then during the project phase. So it is like at every instance we'll be joining a or doing a project.
That is right. So what happens is the project times are typically usually morning, where morning US when I'm saying, and members are interacting at that time, presenting and working. So if you see Selenium Live project, Python Live project, and a lot of other trainings were in the morning itself for that. So the members who are unable to attend, it's all depends on how much time you can spend personally. So from a core trainings that we will do, which is part of our JPACT learning, it'll be in the evening US, the 6:30 to 7:30 Pacific. For the projects, even if people are unable to attend live, they're in a Skype group. So what happens? The tasks are given more as documentation or in the team or in the Skype group itself, and you're working on them. So you don't necessarily need to be aligned at the same time in the project. All the project members that we have right now in the ongoing ones, they're working remote, and sometimes about 2 to 3 times a week we get together, and mostly it is US morning hours.
Okay. So my question is something like this. If we have
Mhm.
some course time that is overlapping with the existing JPACT, example
No,
CI/CD, I see it.
it will not.
I'm. Oh, okay.
None of
Okay.
these will overlap. For example, even today, CI/CD was supposed to be there in the morning at 9:30 to 10:30. It happened.
Yeah.
Today I said
Uh-huh.
it'll repeat from 6:30 to 7:30. But since
Okay.
I wanted to also this JPACT one, I moved
Uh-huh.
that CI/CD by half an hour in the go to webinar. So what I'll do, team, is anytime I have a change, I'll kind of move it here. Oh no, it was not done here correctly. No, it is done. This is correct and this is correct. See, 6:30 to 7 here and 7 to 8 here.
Okay. Okay.
These are the new current ones.
Okay, so my next question is how do we move on to the next phase of training? Like what I mean by phase is again learning, like trainings and the projects and the certifications and such phases. How will
Uh,
we know or do you assign us to the next phase? Are you
because
getting
I'll
my
keep moving on
question?
the projects also, right? So now very simple.
Uh-huh.
Now we are sitting in almost before the day one of the actual training of this QA to automation, which is starting on the 23rd October evening 6:30 p.m. batch. In
Okay.
that, when we start going through that, there's a lot we will keep covering. And the same time, we will keep having the other main training related with that out here and SDET. Where is SDET?
Last but one.
No, that's a project. See,
Okay. Okay.
CI/CD SDET. Okay, so the same thing I said will repeat. The same one. And this will be at a different time. I mean, different dates. So this is 2 weeks. Web services and backend testing. When do we do it? This will break the flow. So I will cut this from here. Okay, so QA to automation 2 weeks, automation training. This is the one where we'll go through core Java, Selenium WebDriver, all the frameworks. This will be about 3 weeks. So 8th November, even if we're starting. So very quick one, team, will not waste too much time of yours on that. So even if we start on the 11th, then we are looking at 29th November with a couple of holidays, Thanksgiving. Um, let's put it to December 6th. This is 3 weeks, and this will be very intense training on this. So these are the main ones you definitely have to attend. This is what is getting us towards the automation. Apart from that, I want, of course, on web services, backend testing, we need to have good grip. HP, UFT, QTP, optional. So those I'm not worried, but these three topics definitely yes. So how do I keep them in a different color? And this is too brighter red. This is not paste. So these ones in red team are definitely the ones you have to go through. And okay, this is also not needed, so this is done. Three weeks, and then 6 December before we hit this Christmas. I think 1 week will be fine. By 13th, we should be able to finish 9. And for this, sometimes we may use the same GoToWebinar or we may change. So please keep checking with us. Worst case, we have the Skype group for it to let us know. Now, in terms of advice as to what we have to go, either you can keep on attending all these live sessions one by one that I'm doing, mainly these, and then the other trainings that we do. This is mandatory, team. This session 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Those are the ones for sure that you need to keep tracking. Apart from that, there are a lot of content, but the reason I don't specifically ask you to go and you must watch all of this is only because we will cover all of them again in depth when we get into them. Did that answer some of the question there,
Uh,
Bhargavi?
just no, no. My question was like, you will be training us on all the theoretical concepts or whatever live training 6:30 to 7:30. That is fine. My question is, if we were to move to the project level or live projects, any
Mm-hmm,
art or such. So it's our
mm-hmm.
confidence that we take up initially as an initiative, or you will also focus on us and particular member you will assign us to a project.
Little bit mixture, I would say. Definitely your
Okay.
focus as to how you want to do. Not every
Mm-hmm.
project member comes into the project saying, I know the project very well. That is why I'm coming here. No, they come here because they want to learn. That is the aspect. But at the same time, how we get you into the project and how we want to do it is all dependent on how much you can spend in terms of effort and time. If you're ready for that additional bit of what projects really require, then we'll keep guiding you that this is what we need to do. This is how we need to perform. So those are
So
absolutely
I can make a request and even
exactly.
from
You can
your
join
part. Okay.
any of the projects that are there. Worst
Okay.
case, at least be a good listener into it and see what is happening. And then whenever you see there's something I can do, you can start working along with the team, saying, you know what, I'll take up this task. You have to raise your hand. If no one raises the hand, the project will keep going by ourselves. So I can push and give you tasks, but I want people to say, Karthik, I can spend an hour, I can spend 2 hours. That is when I can assign tasks.
Got it, Karthik. Yeah, that
The only
answered
reason
all my
is I
questions.
don't know how many of you are fully available. If you are in my project 8 hours a day, believe me, within 4 weeks, you'll become experts. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you. If you're my 8 hours project where you're just literally listening to the instructions, because there's so much we can do together. But with all we know, let us take one bit at a time. So it'll take you about 8 to 9 weeks, hopefully nicely. And once you do 2 or 3 projects with us, you'll feel very comfortable in the JPACT. And do remember that old JPACT members who had a gap or couldn't complete, they keep coming back as well. So welcome back, all of you too. Great. So let me see any other questions. Jayashree and team, anyone else having questions, kindly raise your hand for me, please, so I can unmute you.
This is Jayshree.
Hi, can you be a little louder? Your voice is a little far away from me.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Hmm. Actually, even Bhargavi had a little challenge, but yours is a little lower further. But yes, go ahead. Maybe I can.
So I had a question on this Google Drive and all the documents you were showing in yesterday's video. Is it
Hmm.
shared?
No, it won't be shared right away. What we do typically, sorry, Jayashree is, so on the website, whenever you go to your website, and let us say you're watching a specific batch, I'll just quickly guide you.
Mm-hmm.
Why in that, with that specific batch video, you'll see a download files. So I hope I'm not logged in. Pawan has to be done. Okay, so in your online courses, Selenium, when you go, or any other, and training, let us say, and let's say you take any of these batches, and in the chapters, you'll also see the download files link for that batch. So as the batch completes, I send across all the files for that batch, including the scripts and whatever codes that we create. So
Okay.
till then, I'll kind of keep it here. While the batch is ongoing, every week I keep sharing the code. And one of the main content that we do, these are all simple notes that I take, but going forward, most of it is on the Eclipse and the programs that we write. So we don't leave anything so much on the notes. Now the codes, what I recommend, and people, all the members also really agree and accept, is I have no challenge in copying and sending the code on a daily basis, but we don't intend to write the code. So what members do is they keep playing the video of iTeLearn, that specific one, and they pause the screen at that moment and try and write the code themselves. But you have codes available. So if the batch
No,
is
no, I
done,
was not basically talking about the codes, but the other documentation which you were showing about the schedule and the minutes of meeting and all those things.
1 second. This is the one. For example,
Yeah,
this is JPACT 11 batch.
yeah,
Okay. So
yeah.
whatever I do in this batch will be here. Even if
Okay,
I do some code, it'll be here. 90% of my notes is code based.
okay,
So our notes will be in the code. That is what people want. Every
okay,
other notes you will be taking, because enough of on the in terms of simple notes. As you start seeing, I'll just show here, then we'll go to Eclipse and so on. Once that is done, that whole folder will get zipped and it'll get attached to that specific batch that you're watching. So you can download the files and relate and play with it.
okay.
All right. And as the live batches are going, every week I share it
I
as a
had
zip
another
file.
question
Mhm.
for JPACT, right? If like particularly, I'm very interested in learning about Selenium
Mhm.
automation with Java.
Mhm.
I know that it's for a new members, and you're doing other things for manual testing as well in this. So, is there any other fast track where I can just learn Selenium and basic Python and stuff?
Actually, and that is where I think communication lacks, because we send out so many things, but we are unable to get everyone participating on it. So there was a weekend batch that we did just last weekend. In that one weekend, I spent about 8 hours and I went through the entire thing on what we were doing in depth in Selenium. So that's a fast track if you're looking at. Or you can start playing the 6 weeks JPACT videos. So the weekend training, let me ask Manoj, I think sorry, Pavan, he already put those videos there. I'll ask for the ones that are there in the page. Let me see. Yeah, it's here. You can watch these for the crash course. This was just done last weekend. I put the link also there. All right.
Okay.
Ting, 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 ting. Oh, this order is different. I have to ask Pavan to change it, because the part one, day one, this should be part two, day one. Okay, I'll ask him to change that. Um, and team, for any one of us, if you have time and or you feel that you just want to go through fast track, pick up any of the Selenium batches and start from day one. The first 4 or 5 days will be very slow, team, because we are picking up speed, and then you can keep increasing the speed accordingly. So even these, I say fast track, but believe me, it's hard to skip any of the topics. So it takes anywhere between 15 to 20 hours to get detailed. The weekend training that I sent is the one which has as concise as possible within 7 8 hours. All
So,
right, great.
Karthik, once we feel like we have done with Selenium, that fast track, can we ask you to put on any project for us to get an hands-on experience?
Can you repeat that once again? I kept my earpiece very close now.
Okay, so if we have done the Selenium, the fast track training, and we feel
Uh-huh.
comfortable with basic,
I would love to. I would love to put you in projects, and believe me, we have a lot of projects going on. The biggest project that you can work will be X. We just started, but we have members coming up, finishing other project. Once they're done, they'll jump into X.
Okay.
So I would, uh, and here is what I, try and motivate my members with. It does not matter where you are today, because I know in 2 months or 3 months where you're going to be. So in the meanwhile, do not hesitate to try and experiment. It is absolutely okay to fail here. So please do volunteer and come up into any of these projects. We would love to. There's activities that even if we are only comfortable in manual, we can do all the way to coding and deployments.
Can I ask one last question?
Yes, please.
Sorry. So when I was installing the Selenium WebDriver, just to have
Mm.
all the connections going between them, is there any? There are so many videos here, but is there any one video which tells about what is the setup and everything?
Um, okay, see, here is how it is. If you look at, for example, Selenium training videos and go topic by topic, there are a few. Like specific topic like Eclipse, JUnit, how to install, and so on. Now,
Okay.
what keeps happening is whenever we have changes, we do it. But basically, in every live batch, if you look at it, we try and divide it into a few chapters as it goes. If you try and go around day 5, day 6, around that time period, we should be getting into Selenium WebDriver. And in each
Okay.
of these batches, I do show how to get into Eclipse and so on. But I hear you, we don't have a topic-based tutorial saying, hey, you know what, go there and you'll find that solution. We have to go through one of the batches end to end.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't have Jayashree for that. Are you facing a challenge because on that?
Actually, I didn't. From last week, as I said, I am so confused. I want the. I've been working in manual for 15 years, but I wanted to get into automation, and I've done all this basic Selenium. But
Mm,
when I think that's all when there was a setup at workplace. But right now, I'm out of work and I'm trying to learn Selenium, and I'm seeing how
mm.
to start the setup and what am I missing. So that's where I'm having the main confusion is like, what am I missing to and how can I start Selenium automation? Seeing thousand videos confuses, but if there is couple of them which has been pointed like JPACT 10 course
Mm.
who have done the Selenium automation, then it will be easy for us to
So let me
start
ask you
and go
this
through
question,
those videos.
Jayashree. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Let us say you see one video.
yeah.
Then what would you do?
By seeing
You've
not
installed. Let us say you installed it. The next step,
next step will be learning Selenium, like just going and seeing how do I like
that
example
is
even a
again
simple form.
experimenting, and then there are again YouTube videos for it or Google blogs and so on, right? We
Yeah,
can find a problem and learn. So there's self-learning,
correct.
or there is a total guided tour. Take one of these batches and keep playing it, right? And just follow what we're doing and practice along with it, exactly what we're saying, one by one. And as you get through it, so yours is just specific. The only problem is once we get there, then we have to follow a trend. Then you may say, I just want to right now know what is keyword driven framework, or and so on. So as long as we don't give gaps, I understand. But
Hmm.
most inquisitive thing that we want to do is get our programs running at least, correct? I agree.
Yeah.
So you pick up any of these, go to the day 8, day 9, just go back a little bit. It'll start with that Eclipse installation itself.
Okay.
And I will, if I hate to see anyone in pain on this because it's the easiest thing to set up. If I will try and get one video at least out tomorrow if possible, just explaining how to install, how to write your first Selenium script from nothing.
Yeah.
All right, we'll send it
Yeah.
across.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Yes, Parthipan. Anyone else? Do I have questions from please for today? And I also have to start the CI/CD session, my notes in the morning. Parthipan, I did unmute you.
Do you hear me? Do you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes. Hello. Your voice went static for a second or two.
Okay.
Hello. I know I'm having a tough time hearing you, Parthipan. Oh no, Parthipan, can't hear you. Looks like you've gone offline as well. Can anyone else Parthipan fine? Hear him fine?
Hello.
Sorry, some audio, just unable to get you what you're saying. Hello.
Yeah, do you hear me now?
Now I can hear you fine, Parthipan.
Yeah, so sorry about it. Just a quick question. For
Sure.
the Selenium and gherkins, any idea when you're going to have that
Oh,
2-week
Seleni,
session?
cucumber and
Please.
gherkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. When can we do this? If we have good interest, because I have one or two people who are very good at it, either they can do or I could do a little bit and do.
I'm desperately looking for that.
Oh, you are?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm desperately looking for that.
Let me talk to Manoj and see if we can do something about it
Okay.
sooner. The
Oh,
problem is I'm trying so many schedules
yeah.
and sometimes I'm getting people participating, sometimes they're just initial and then dropping out. So we don't know where the focus has been for them. So
Oh, do
just
you
I've heard
have
one.
just video for just cucumber and gherkins?
Not yet. So that's
Not yet,
why
huh?
even if we can do a
Yeah.
4-5 hour walkthrough overall, that'll be sufficient to get kicked onto it.
Yeah. Is there at least a one day you think you can dedicate? That would be really helpful.
Sure, Parthipan. Let me work on
Thank
that.
you. Sure. Thank you, God.
Thank you. All right, Jyoti.
Yeah. Hi, Karthik. I know, couple of, I was just wondering when we'll be meeting after this, when we'll be meeting again?
So if you're not in the CI/CD that training right now, then we
Uh,
are meeting on 23rd October at 6:30 p.m.
okay. Is it nine to, is it in the evening, CICD?
CI/CD is actually in the morning, but I'm doing a repeat right now. In the next 1 minute, it'll start, and that'll be a replay right as of now. So once the CI/CD is done, then I can start the QA to automation.
So whatever happened in the morning, you are going to do right after this. You are going to do the same thing in the evening now.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay. So I assume that once I talk to Pawan or somebody, they'll group me with the current JPACT members which are at my stage, so that like I get up to speed. Like some of the points I look like I don't know where I will be
But
starting.
this
Like,
is no problem. See, we are still much newer into the program, but like even who was asking, I think Jayshri was asking earlier, as you tell us, we can put you into the projects. You can reach me, please. Okay.
okay, sure,
If
sure,
you really
yeah.
want to be involved, there are a couple of projects I'll put you into right away. You can start observing. We will do a walkthrough of everything very regularly. So then you can get a good speed onto it as well.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
So just
Yeah.
ping me on Skype, please. I will add you into those groups. Just say that I'm a JPACT member. I would like to get added. Put it on the private chat.
But what is your email address again on Skype?
On Skype is varkasa.inc@gmail.com. I'll just give. Even if you just say
Yeah, can you put it in the chat?
varkasa.inc, it'll come up. Varkasa. 1 second. That's the Skype ID.
Oh,
Great.
Barkasa.inc and it will come up?
Yes.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Skype ID.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. And team, there are also things like Google Drive and so on. So you'll start getting used to it. My drives, I just share files as they are during and as the sessions go on. Then I zip and send it as a download file. That's regularly we do. But you can keep maintaining your own Google Drives, please. A lot of members that I know maintain their Google Drives for notes. Okay. For each of these, you have it along with the videos, what we keep creating. All right, great. So that's it from my side, team. I've taken too much time in terms of like I'm late for the other one. Let me start that session CI/CD, and I'll keep that played. If there are any questions towards the end, I'll be happy to answer. If I can't, I'll have Manoj get back to us on that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye then. Thank you all.